Hello, people, and welcome. This is Low on Dopamine. I found this video brand new. It is Sneako Nick Fuentes and Clavicular. This is just new, so this happened like yesterday or a few hours ago. I'm reacting to it. It's right fresh, so stay tuned. All right, I don't want to keep you waiting, so let's just get right into it, right?
Hey, what up? Good to see you too.
Wait, no, wait. They have a Kanye West song. Look at Nick.
How do you want the seating arrangement?
I was gonna sit there.
All right.
Yeah. Take the taller chair. We're not gonna try to do you like
Yeah.
those other collabs.
Tucker.
In case people don't know the backstory of Clavicular, so he ran over a person because it was a big thing. Just look it up. So he ran over a person with his car because that other person was being annoying as well. He's been like jamming himself on the car or something.
Giving you a strategically short chair, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
look at
see
them.
it, man.
They just look
Yeah.
funny.
What's going on?
Looking a little different with the facial hair.
I grew the beard out.
Yeah.
I like the beard.
We got a pretty big collab today. Obviously, we're going to see Tate. You know, so I don't know the last time
Tate?
I saw him.
I haven't met him actually.
You've never met him in
That'll
person?
be my first.
You guys are cool though, right?
Oh yeah, totally.
Okay.
It's been like 4 years for me. Almost. 4
Yeah,
years.
that's right. Well, you saw him in Romania, right?
3.5 years ago.
Tate has not been cool. Has been like promoting gambling. He's been, so he's pretending to be one religion, but he's not acting like it. So, this is not exactly good points on him. Nick himself has been, I would say he got the coal. So, they're not as, they're falling off.
I feel like there's a lot of disagreements between you and,
Yeah,
and
look
Tate,
at-
though. I don't know.
Really?
Clavicular.
Yeah, some of the stuff about like dating, and the polygamy.
Well, yeah, he is a polygamist.
But overall, you seem to agree with Tate more than the tradcons, like Michael Knowles and
I
them.
do.
The Catholic influencers, you're like, you guys are simps. But Tate has the women figured out.
Yeah.
Well, they're just not realists, man. Like the trad Twitter posts, it's completely ridiculous. The expectations that you just live like it's the 1960s in a fucking hell of a society,
It's like really hot in here. Why is it like 6 million?
Can you put it to 6 mil of cork? Really, bro? Man, that's such a chud joke. And wait, put it to
What, just like a randomly?
Can you put it to
6 million.
Imagine you.
We had to make sure he ended his YouTube stream. So
Oh,
I wanted to stay on YouTube, but in case you want to go fully unfiltered.
Wait, sorry.
if I want to go Wang half.
yeah,
If I want to go all the way.
He needs his plaque.
yeah. I
Didn't
was
he
gonna
win
say,
Wang
where's my
half of the
plaque
year?
for Wang half? Of
We
the
got to set it up. We got to do the award show.
I know, dude.
Wang half of the year.
That'd be sick. Yeah,
Truly.
I appreciate that. The clips of you, being supportive. Thank you. Appreciate that.
Of course, absolutely. Well, you're living it. You're living Wang half
Yeah,
in the
it's
flesh.
It is true. Like, before there was no examples besides like, thugs to look up to for, standing up for yourself. Well, white people were so cucked in like 2020 and stuff like that. So, you just have to get out there and mob.
You had a great point on your show. I don't think Klav saw it. I want to ask you. What do you think about white boys who say, can a white boy catch a vibe?
If you're white, you can do whatever you want. Okay, you should want to conquer. Okay, like your ancestors did.
Such autistic take. If you're white, you should want to conquer. Man, every man wants to conquer. Tate is not even white. I don't know. This whole idea, it's so weird to me and awkward. And I don't know.
Like, stop living this cringe.
So cringe.
Cucked mentality that's being fed. It's absolutely.
No, I agree. Nobody should be with this cucked mentality. I agree with that 100%. But the other thing, this is an exclusive thing for white. I don't know. You're being weird.
Ridiculous.
You're being cringe.
But I wanted to talk a little bit about like my world, like sort of the black pill like dating stuff, and kind of see your opinion on that. Because I think we all advocate for men's issues in different ways, because men are struggling. Like the average man is fucked.
True.
You look at the statistics, like men who, between the ages of 18 and 21 have 2/3 of them haven't had sex in a year, right? Stuff like that. That just goes to show that hypergamy has, gone just completely out of control. So I don't know if you've kind of had some introspection about those type of things, or I don't know if you ever talked about that.
Yeah, no, I totally agree. I'm a big black pill person. I think we talked about it last time over the summer.
Yeah.
No, it's totally real. And
being black pill is incompatible with Christianity. This is something that needs to be mentioned, because he seems to want to say that not being married is actually fine. No, if you're a Christian, if you're a Catholic, you should be married. This is something that you should be hoping to get to.
that's the thing. Unfortunately, a lot of the traditional Christians, they cannot deal with the issue.
Yeah.
Because their solution, their model is, well, let's just cargo cult the 50s. Let's cargo cult the 60s. Let's pretend like it's the good old days. Let's have a nuclear family. Let's go on an ice cream date and hang out.
He's absolutely right there.
And you can't do that.
Yeah.
When Instagram exists, you can't do that. Like, it just makes it impossible. It's sort of like how the automobile made a walking city impossible. Instagram makes it impossible for for people that just kind of have that innocent romance like that. So
it's like globalization, quite literally.
Yeah.
Because before, with hypergamy, you're only competing against the top guys, in maybe your 20-mile radius, but now it's literally globalized to the point where your average hot girl in a small town, could be getting flown out by, Shaquille O'Neal.
Or Clav now.
Or me.
Yeah.
Pretty much
Bro, it's
me.
incredible.
or Sneako.
Yeah.
I don't have
Right,
Instagram.
no, that's haram.
I can't DM women. I literally can't use Instagram.
Yeah, he's banned anyway.
Boko Haram.
Yeah.
Education is forbidden.
This is a haram
what?
collab weekend for Sneako.
Western education is
Well,
forbidden.
at least we got to figure it out. We don't have the same issue. You talk about it. Muslim men don't have the same issue with feminism that Christian men do. We do have it figured out. Well, you said Prophet Muhammad. There's a lot of things you could say about him, but he understood women.
He's right about one thing. He's right about women.
Yeah, Muslims just tend to stand on business a little bit more, like you with the gambling deal. Not taking millions of dollars.
He thinks I'm going to fold.
No, I hope you don't, but it goes to show that your people are a little bit more dedicated than Christians. I think in an ideal world, if people actually stayed true to what Christianity was meant to be, it would mog Islam to death. But
Nick's saying you're saying truly. When are you going to take the gold deal? I heard that was a big deal.
I think I'm going to take it. Yeah.
I think you should.
what is the deal?
Well, it's just like a gold sponsorship.
Okay.
People are buying gold, and the reason why I have to take it is because it's Mark Levin's old sponsor.
Oh, okay.
So it's an old Mark Levin gold sponsor, and they said, I don't like Mark Levin anymore.
Wow.
I'm going to support you. So they're taking this deal and giving it to me. So otherwise, I don't think I would have taken it.
That
but
is something.
I have to just mod Mark Levin.
He must be
Just
feeling
on account of.
so.
Is it a big deal?
Yeah, it's like a 7-figure.
He should be euphoric right now. So he's stealing from his old rival, or somebody who's not a rival, but you would think that you'd never reach. That's very interesting.
Okay,
Deal.
not bad.
Yeah,
Congrats.
so it'll be. I don't want to get ahead of myself. We're negotiating it, but it'll be an interesting deal. It'll be the first sponsorship because I only do super chats and merch and subs.
I was gonna say, man, it's really difficult for you. It's crazy because you're getting literally no sponsors banned on everything, and I pretty much said everything that you have, but I still get brand deals.
Yeah, well, because you know what it is? It's like
I just don't have as much impact. So
no, that's not it. It's because you did it. Is that who's?
that's David Gandy.
Okay. What is that?
His phone background.
The phone background's crazy. I'm like, whose phone is this?
Dude, that's so Gandy Heaven is like a meme where incels in their next life go to Gandy Heaven and become chads.
I just see you get a notification like this beautiful man lights up on the wallpaper. I'm like, what the fuck is that? But what were we talking about?
Bro, I don't even remember.
I lost my why you're not as canceled? Because in the old days, I got into it in 2017 when the woke censorship was it was next level. It was like 1984. You couldn't say anything. I remember when I was in high school, if you said, that guy over there, which guy? That black guy. People would say, whoa, whoa, whoa. what do you mean that black guy? That's racist. And like that's how intense it was. And it only kept escalating from like 2017 to 2021. I got the worst of it. I got in at the absolute worst time. You got in at the best time.
Yeah,
Because 25, it's like it's done.
I always said you paved the way. Like I wouldn't be able to do these streams if you didn't kind of like be the meat shield for the constellation. So
Yeah.
shout out to Nick for that. You know, now I get to slide under the radar because I'm not like as fat as you.
W Meat Shield, yeah. Well, you know, it's like that meme. You know, I'm laying down my life, taking all the.
He's taking the heat while I'm chilling, man. I'm just.
It seems like there's a new direction, not new, but you've had enough of the other people who stepped into the space now saying, you know, making it, talking about low IQ anti-Semites. But I also saw your first show back. You started talking about how important the gym is, and
yes.
it seems like you're going to add self-improvement there. You know, is that a new direction that you want to take your movement?
Yeah, I'm starting to push that because, you know, one, like there's a lot of conflict now. After Charlie Kirk got shot, it's like these people are trying to kill us. I mean, like people like me in particular. And so we just need to prepare for the war, for the fight. That's one. But two, you know, more to kind of in your area, we need to mog. We can't have fatties. No fatties, no chubbies, no disgusting human beings.
You lost some weight.
I did. Yeah. Thank you for noticing. Yeah, I lost 10 pounds.
Yeah, good for you.
Stuff, huh?
Thank you so much.
He's on the GLP-1s, peptides.
No, I just stopped eating.
Okay.
Nice.
I just stopped one meal a day.
Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I think the gym, like, okay, to win the war, like, that's Omega cringe. Like, bro, we're in the age.
Oh, man.
Dude, that's cool.
Oh, that hurts. Omega cringe. It's real.
No, it's not real.
Well, what about that guy? Who's that guy in Australia that got, like, jumped by 3 guys with knives in the bathroom and they made him say he's a bitch?
Androgenic, the looks maxer?
I think so.
Yeah. What about it?
So it's like you can't let that happen to you. You have to be a
they
human
had
weapon.
knives. I'm saying we're in the age of technology. It's like,
You got to be big and bring a gun.
why do you have to be big if you have a gun?
Because what if it's like a John Wick thing and like knock the gun out of your hand or something? Like you need to have it. We have to prepare for war. This is.
Nick is sort of right about, so you need to be healthy or you need to be fit to be able to have it, but he's not like defining it correctly. So, you know, using a gun, using any kind of weapon does require physical strength and the stamina, and you would need your physical strength even with a gun. You know, most people don't know that, thinking that having a gun would make you automatically better. Nope. Gun has a recoil, it has a lot, you would need to move it in a certain way. You would need to be fit. You would need to duck and jump and move around. And so, you know, a gun in itself is not going to be enough in many times. But with him saying that we need to prepare for the war, is he like drumming for a civil war? Because I don't appreciate that if this is the case.
Serious.
Oh, shit.
He's not.
Oh, shit.
He's not fucking with that. He's like, no, man.
No, you gotta be an individualist, right? You gotta, go to the gym for only the mogging aspect. And if there were to be some like social conflict or like some sort of race war, just stay out of it. You know what I mean? Because like,
stay out of it.
How does that help you as an individual? You should
Nick.
only be thinking in the context of your
stay out of it.
self-interest.
Well, but our self-interest is to band together. Together we're strong. Individually we are weak.
Okay, but like, so like I'm not saying you're obviously like a white nationalist or whatever, but like people who are like are like trying to make it so just because you're white, like you have to be like in some sort of brotherhood with like all white people. But you look at the average white guy, and it's like, dude, I want nothing to do with you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I don't understand that at all. Like,
That's true. The Goyim are quite disgusting. You know, I look at the unwashed masses. It frustrates me too. But I mean, look, that's the way of the world. It's like, because look, honestly, like Sneako, like he's Muslim, and like so when you go to like New York, they're taking.
I like how he is whispering as if Sneako is not literally right there. Killing me. It's killing me.
Space. They're doing their call to prayer in Times Square, and if you're just like, let's say you're out there, you know, you're doing the pretty boy thing, you got your girl on your arm or a few girls on your arm, What if you get pressed by like 10 Muslims and they're like, "Oh, this is Times Square. This
Wait a
is our
second.
territory."
When you went to New York,
Joe's gonna kill them.
when you went to New York, Nick, and you wanted a safe coffee shop to go to, where did you go?
Kawa House.
It was a Muslim coffee shop.
But
You didn't go to a white coffee shop. You didn't go to the white Catholic coffee shop. You went to because you knew the Muslims were going to be
that's true.
accepting.
But that's because of, we're sort of in like a multipolar struggle. You've got Jews on one side, Muslims on another, whites triangulate the position. So I'm just saying, like, we can't be mocked by the other groups. Doesn't this make you anxious?
But who's we?
We as white people, as white men.
But why can't you just like leverage like other groups to get your own self-interest? Like, I have Jewish lawyers, right? Because they're the best.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So you could recognize what's going on with society, sort of like I have, and use it to your advantage. Okay, Jews have connections everywhere, so I'm going to hire a Jewish lawyer. That's the way that I think about it. They're doing things the best way. They're dominating society. How can I, work myself into the mix? You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, and that's fine for now.
The problem with this, that when it comes to Jewish people, not all of them, but many of them, especially Zionists on top, people like that. So those people, when it comes to their self-interest, they will sacrifice you. They will make you, they'll pretend to be your friend, they like you, blah, blah. But when it comes to them, once you want to be free from them, they do not like that. So this is the problem with it. I don't know if Nick is going to answer that in an honest way or not. We'll see.
But the way things are going, it seems like everything is going to intensify. All these divisions in society seem to be getting worse, ideological, racial, religious in every way. And, let's say we get in some scenario where the lights go out, the power grid goes down, there's a war, food isn't at the grocery store. It's going to turn into like prison very quickly. People are going to start to form up gangs and things like that. And I didn't think we'd be having like this collapsitarian debate, but like I really do look at the world and think like our young men need to kind of get tough. They need to get strong.
I think that's good. It's a good message.
I think people are picking up on like the accelerationist movement that I kind of am pushing a little bit. Like, shit is going to collapse very soon, whether it be from racial conflict or dating. But I think
Clavicular is such a meek guy comparing to these two. I like how bombastic Nick is. I don't necessarily, Clavicular is fine, I guess, but I'm just saying.
The dating market is what's going to do it in.
Yeah, well, it creates the instability, certainly.
Correct, yeah.
Because, it's going to be youth unemployment, and it's going to be the lack of sex, that the young men are deprived of sex because of hypergamy. It's just like a toxic blend, taking those two things together. And, that's going to create, I think, a huge social upheaval in the next 10 years. That's why I tell people, get prepared. Because we can't, in politics, in a conflict, in any scenario, it's not going to be better if you're fat. It's not going to be better if you're out of shape.
Correct.
If you can't do cardio or something. And I'm the worst offender. I hate going to the gym, but
yeah, I mean,
we got to get better.
And it does.
Really?
I haven't gone to the gym in like 2 months.
It changes your mentality as well. You're saying that it's cope, but when you go to the gym and you are strong, you interact with people differently.
Yeah.
You communicate differently. Your presence and all that. It's not even just because you could get in a fight and do a fisticuffs. Yes, a gun is probably better in that situation, but you are going to have a stronger presence.
Okay, but think about it, right? What's better ROI? Me going to the gym or me streaming, which is going to make me more famous so that I can dominate in the metric of status and wealth, right? It's like for SMV, it's way higher ROI for me to stream as opposed
The clavicular is correct here. So this is something that I've thought about a lot. Yes, probably making money, if you can make money, is way better than going to the gym. Unless that you're really fat or you're in a situation where you need to be fit like right now. Most likely making money is probably better. So they're both wrong, and clavicular is correct about that. I just wanted to say it.
to going to the gym.
Well, you could stream going to the gym. And then your streams will improve because you have more energy and because you look better from the gym.
Non-10.
Well, then don't stream, but then the time you are on stream will be improved after you go to the gym. Correct?
Will it?
Yeah, you're gonna look better, you're gonna feel more confident, you're gonna have more energy.
No, cope. It's a big cope.
We've been arguing about this. Well, I think you should diversify.
I think
about like content?
No, just in general, because he's saying, like, I'm saying you should invest in Bitcoin and real estate. He's like, I should just stream and invest in employees. I think it's best to diversify max in every scenario. Looks max, but also finance max, fitness max.
There's just not enough like money to really have significant return. Like if you're to invest in Bitcoin, like say you put 100K into Bitcoin, like, and it goes to 120 in a few years, it's like that return is just not.
It's a better return than USD.
I could get a better return by hiring staff that are gonna help accelerate my streams.
What do you think? Are you pro crypto?
Very, very pro Bitcoin, very pro crypto. But I have to be because the government took my money. So once that happens to you, you can't just let your money sit in a bank account because you're in this position of vulnerability. If you have money in a checking account, they could come in, delete the numbers. It's numbers on a screen.
Fuck.
And people say that about Bitcoin, but if you know how it works, it isn't. And there's always gold too. So I saw your dialogue about the watches. The watch is actually a good investment. Jewelry, great investment.
The new watch, yeah.
It's nice.
That's a winner because if you're on the run, I have to think like this because these things have happened to me, but if you're on the run, that's a way that you can carry $50,000 across the border and you put in your pocket. You don't need a USB drive. Real estate is fixed. You can't move it. Cash, you have to pull it out of a bank account, tips off the feds if you take out more than like 10 grand.
What about the ledger?
What about it?
Just carry the ledger, isn't that?
Yeah, but then you need like a computer and you need a connection, you need to send it. And the other thing about it is they're making it impossible to on-ramp and off-ramp the crypto without tracking it. So it's not anonymous at all anymore. Like Bitcoin has no privacy. But with something like, and the other thing about a watch is like you could barter for it. So if you cross the border to Mexico, you say, hey, I got this Rolex, give me your car and your phone, or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, that sounds crazy, but like in a survival situation, it's currency, and it's in terms of density, you're carrying around so much more money than if you had, cash or whatever. That's the way to go.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm glad I bought this then. But it does make you also a bit of a liability if people know you're walking around with all this kind of stuff.
Conceal it,
Yeah, I guess concealed carry as well. So.
That too. True.
Yeah, but.
So how black-pilled are you?
Yeah.
About
everything, because me and Clav have spent a lot of time recently. It's like he's very accelerationist. This is going to crumble. I think we both like his appearance on Michael Knowles, right? Saying that JD Vance is subhuman, saying there's no point in having allegiance to the GOP. That's a great point. It's funny, his grandma even called him up and said, stop making fun of JD Vance.
Yeah. They know that I literally sent his fucking campaign down the shitter. Like, quite literally. Now he's just known as like this loser fat guy because it went everywhere, like on Twitter.
They freaked out too. Like all of the shills, like the paid GOP accounts, swarmed everywhere. And a lot of like anti-looks maxing stuff because of that.
And even Ben Shapiro talked about me.
I saw that clip, yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was shit talking me.
I didn't know that.
They're just trying to, do the ad hominem thing with like, oh, he's a meth addict, and it's like, dude, what the fuck? The point stands.
He's like, this clavicular, this 19-year-old bone smashing meth addict.
20.
I like the way he mucks his accent. That was funny.
20. Oh, you're 20 now. Okay.
20.
Oh, I didn't know you were that old.
He's gonna unk up with us soon.
Wow, I didn't know you're that old.
You're 26, right?
27, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
When we did a stream in July, he's like, how old are you? I'm like 26. He's like, oh, I didn't know you're that old. Like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, whatever, man.
This is Uncle Nick and Uncle Sneako. You know what I mean, guys?
Math.
I mean, I'm really just trying to diminish any political movement, any like populist like movement whatsoever, just by having like men try to like self-improve and just throw all that shit in the trash can because they are mutually exclusive, right? Because people are spending hours a day on X, debating nonsense, debating alt accounts, and it's just such a waste of time relative to like something going to the gym, for example, doing a basic looks max.
It's time and money. You know why it's hard for me to go to the gym? Because I work 13 hours in a factory and it's a night shift, and it's very hard to like make a schedule around that and not have, and just too much work and too little money. Not much time, not enough social interactions. There's no socialization whatsoever freaking ever if you live in the US. They're like it's all of it is easier said than done. All of these people, they sit right there, and they're sort of like this French princess at some point, like, oh, they don't have bread, let them eat cake. This is they don't know why people are not going to the gym. It's not simply because they're being stupid. I mean, some are, but a big part of it is that the environment is not conducive to that. The American government have not invested in making, good, educated, healthy Americans. They're invested in making Americans as dumb and as uneducated and as unfit as possible so it can control them. That's what happened.
Researching the pharmacology behind like peptides. Like there's a million things I could name that are a better use of time to accelerate yourself as a male than anything to do with politics.
Yeah, I mean, I disagree. I think that is an assumption that rests on the order that we live in. It sort of assumes that we have the United States of America, that we have a sound currency, that we have civil order in the country. But I don't think any of that's a given. I think that, it's easy for now, and it's been like this for a long time, for people to say, oh, go and touch grass, go and live your real life, go and be a winner, and in the old days, people would say, go to school, get a good job. Now they say, bone smash, get on GLPs, but people used to say, oh, go touch grass. But what we're starting to see is that back in the day, and even now, you could sort of ignore the decaying political situation. But as time goes on, it's getting harder and harder to ignore. In terms of the overall decline in quality of life, the rapid diversification of the country, the inflation, let's talk about, planes falling out of the sky, corruption, people like Charlie Kirk getting shot in the head, riots. Like, as the country gets worse, it's going to get harder, I think, to kind of hover above society and ignore all of these problems. So I think that, in my opinion, the best thing we could do is band together, and during this convulsion we talked about, this cataclysm, social convulsion, we have to be ready to take advantage of it and power max. Not status max, but power max, meaning like we want to have as much power as possible. And
I want to have as much power. I feel like I've sort of transcended all those issues.
Look at Nick's face when he's talking. He was like, I want to have so much power. And he was like, Clavicular is too naive for these kind of talks. Look at Nick's face looking at him. Look, he's like, who is this guy? I'm not sure exactly though how Nick is wanting power. Does he mean influence, like to attract a lot of young people, or what exactly? What is he referring to by power here? I kind of wonder. But yeah, Clavicular is so naive here.
Think so?
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? So the average person, like with the H-1B visa situation, who are like competing for computer science jobs, it's like, yeah, you're fucked, but like I've literally transcended all that, so why should I give a fuck about any of these issues, right? And you think, oh, well, it's hurting white people. It's like, yeah, well, it's not hurting me. And it might sound like a selfish position to take, but it's black-pilled. It's self-improvement to the max.
This is why if America ever falls, it would be because of guys like this, like Clavicular, because who cares about everybody else? I care about me. Look, this is what we're fighting here. We're fighting a group of people who are making it all about them. So you come and you be that? Like what? Like if you're a friend of mine, or if you're a son, or if I had a son like that, I do not have a son, all right? If I had a son, I would want him to care about his neighbors, his family, about me, people around him, and the society at large. I don't want somebody to be like, oh, just about me. What the heck? What the hell?
Max. So I'm not going to have to, go and join a populist movement where I could be doing a million things that are going to elevate myself. And I think if everyone had that mentality, the winners would transcend, and the losers would get fucked. But that's just kind of a natural selection. That's how I think about it. The low IQ people are just going to go to shit.
Yeah, but the low IQ people.
I don't think that's how that happens. Like, look, when I was at school, I invented math theories when I was 14. I was second on the country in chess, right? So I bet that I'm higher IQ than all of them. Maybe similar, I don't know about Nick. I mean, Nick, he seems a pretty smart guy. But I might actually be higher IQ than all of them, right? And look at this. They're so successful, especially Clavicular. So he's more successful than both of them. He's more successful than me, financially speaking. But he's not the kind of person that necessarily, is a higher IQ or anything like that. I would say, I would not, like, his genes are not fit in general, Some things just happen because of a coincidence, because of where you were born, Some people, they've had it better because of all the planets and everything turned right in a certain way. It's not necessarily because that they have a higher IQ. You can look at all around you. Most successful people don't have a higher IQ than what you think. Most high IQ people are stuck in situations that are brutal. I'm just saying.
People go to shit, and they could always exercise this option where if there's a lot of losers, and if they keep losing for a really long time, they could flip over the board.
Mm-hmm.
That's the concern. And that's why, for example, I'm like a reactionary, but I'm deeply concerned about economic and social inequality, not because I think there's anything inherently evil about...
I agree with Nick.
A social hierarchy or a natural hierarchy emerging. Smart, strong, beautiful people are going to have the most resources or influence, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing inherently wrong with that, but if there's too many losers, and if they lose for too long, then they're going to just sabotage everything. And we live in the era where Luigi Mangione, he got fucked up. Some horrible happened to him. He just shot some guy in the back of the head. And there's like a rich guy with a family and everything, and it's like Joker, like what happened in Joker. Like what happens when that guy, the clown, is getting kicked in the back of the alley, rallies all the others. This is the concern.
I predicted that would happen as well in the same time frame as you, 10 years until that sort of collapse happens. But the disagreement is, I think that collapse is sort of necessary to sort of try to rebuild, because I think things have gone too far. It's just like looking at some of the numbers, how the bottom 80% of women are going for the top 20% of men, shit like that. So I just think it's necessary that everything goes to shit and the board gets flipped, like you talk about.
I agree with you, and don't get me wrong, I agree with that, and I agree that people should, I always say on my show, take your own side.
Yep.
You're a person, you have certain characteristics, you should be looking out for your best interest, whether that's political, economic, social, whatever, because nobody's looking out for you.
Mm-hmm.
These other groups are not looking out for you.
The issue here is that define your own side. This is the issue here. My side is people who are anti our government being controlled by a foreign government. I don't care what race you are. I don't care what religion you are. If you are anti foreign entities controlling our government, then you're on my side and I'm on yours. I don't know about his side stuff.
Whether it's a generational thing, like boomers are not looking out for Zoomers.
Correct.
Immigrants are not looking out for natives.
That is true. That is sad.
Like these Somalians, they come here out of charity. I know maybe we disagree on this, but then they scam. And it's like, so you have white people that are saying, well, bring them in, these poor people. And they come in and they take with both hands because they're looking out for themselves. And I think on an individual level, people should try to rise as much as possible.
Correct.
Optimize. You can't be at the top of the heap. It can be only one person that's the richest or the best.
Look at Sneako. He's just looking at him like, because, look, there is no solid proof that what's going on, in Minnesota and the Hispanics. There's some guy who won there and be like, oh, show me the kids. They didn't show him any kids. because who is this guy? I want to register my son. Oh yeah, you don't look like it. I'm not saying that, but there has been no official formal investigation that you can point out to and be like, oh, this is fraud here. So, there has been nothing of the like. So his claims are not objective, And so when he says, oh, when the Somalians do it, it's unproven. It's unproven. It's all built on assumptions. It's just crazy how it's like we're here at a point where we're just believing this. Oh no, they totally. Based on what? There is no evidence. You're assuming. Nobody went in there and checked everything and the cameras and make sure that this is actually fraud. None of that happened. And I have other things that I want to say that I forgot by now. But I'm just saying, Nick is being disingenuous here, and that's why Sneako kind of looks like that,
Looking, but you could be as best as you can possibly be. But I do believe that life is like a team game.
Yeah.
As what you find is that rugged individualism, especially in a political context, leaves you very vulnerable. And I think about a guy like Andrew Tate. Mm-hmm. Look at him. I mean, he's got a harem of wives, ton of kids. He's loaded. One of the most famous people in the world. He flew too close to the sun, let's say, and he became a political target. And then he got fucked. And then the men with guns came and they threw him in a cage. And, I think one of the reasons he's very pro-Trump is Trump is keeping him out of jail. That's politics. That's the team game aspect of it. And that's just like an example. So, because I agree, reset's coming. Everybody needs to rise above. We need to look out for the winners. And by that, I mean we need to be winners and take care of each other. But there has to be some team aspect because it's a team game. Society's a team game.
Don't you think that people should, before they get started with any political movement, try to elevate themselves to a point where it's like you could actually have influence, right? So I've ignored politics, and I became a huge social figure, and I'm a political figure now as much as I don't want to be. Mm-hmm. But I made sure to maximize my income, looks max, do all that, and now we're touching politics. Mm-hmm. Would you say that's like something that should be advocated for? Like, all right, at least make six figures before you involve yourself in this shit. Because if you're just a random brokey, as Tate would say, you have no influence. You have no motion. So
right.
You should try to have a job that matters. Like, I know you kind of advocate for that. Like, become doctors, become lawyers, and then sort of join the movement.
Yeah, I totally agree with that because, what I learned the hard way doing what I did, I dropped out of college and then I became a live streamer. And it's been a really tough journey for me for the past 10 years because I have all these controversial opinions and it, limits my opportunities, or did for a time. Still does, I guess. What I learned the hard way is that to go into college, get a degree, unlocks the institutions. Like if you want to make real money, I mean, you could either become famous, become a celebrity, e-celebrity like that, or an entrepreneur. I guess we're sort of entrepreneurs in a way.
I wouldn't really advocate for people to plan on that. I think that's...
But that's what I mean. It's like if you do it that way, and I think that's a unicorn. Most people, if you want to make real money or have real influence, you got to be in the institutions. You got to be in an industry. You know what I mean? If you want to be the best actor, you got to be in the industry. You want to be the best lawyer? Industry. Politics? Industry. And the way to be in the industry is you got to play the game. And playing the game means you can't be too controversial. You stick your head up and start saying, hey, I'm a moral entrepreneur. I'm going to break the Overton window. I've got these controversial opinions. Well, you and your controversial opinions are not going to get a loan for a business or,
right.
a spot in an elite college or a job at a top law firm. So that's why I tell my people now, infiltrate. Mm-hmm. Brain max, looks max, get your IQ up, get your looks up, get into a good college, get a great job, become as powerful and rich or whatever is possible. Then you join the movement when you have something to offer. So I think we're sort of in agreement about that.
You just have to advocate more, I think, maybe do a little bit of self-research on some of the technology, the pharmaceuticals and stuff. Because I know it's it's Jewish.
Well, I never said it's Jewish.
I said it for him. Okay. No, but we seriously, in 2025, for people to ignore all these pharmaceutical advancements like this patch I'm wearing that Sam Bankman-Fried also wore, like MSAM, so legiline.
Jewish.
And like stimulants like Adderall, GLP-1s. Like this stuff is all technology that if you're not leveraging, other people are, and they're going to dominate, right? So that's why I'm just like, okay, do the research, do this the right way, and you can, IQ Max with, something like a dihexa, which causes synaptogenesis in your brain. Like, there's no reason not to use stuff like this.
There's the same reason that you don't think most people should get involved in politics because they're not ready. Most people are not ready to go down the pharmaceutical route because most people are going to abuse stimulants and are going to overdose.
Well, that's something that stimulants is a different class. I wouldn't, universally advocate for that. That's more of just like a case-dependent thing. But something like a retatrutide, when these foods are designed nowadays to make you want to overeat, right? All of the different shit like Oreos and stuff like that. They know what they're doing. They want to make you fat, right?
Bro's got beef with Oreos.
Yeah, I do.
Bro's got beef with Oreos.
So when that kind of shit exists and the entire grocery store is filled with goy slop, it's like, don't just complain about it and post on Twitter and do like this LARP of eating carnivore.
Why not?
It's like just take a GLP-1, You can eat two Oreos and you'll be good. You'll put it away.
He's so naive, He's so young and naive. Like, oh, don't post about it. Why not? I'll post about it whenever the heck I want. I didn't post about it, but I'm just saying. Ain't nothing wrong with that. And look, like the calories thing, so it's low on nutrition. This is the problem. So you can eat half of it until that, you don't eat more than you need with calories, but you need a lot more than calories. This is the issue. So these things are pure calories, very processed food, extra fat, This is big part of why it's unhealthy. It's not just that it has a lot of calories. It's also that it doesn't have all the nutrition that you need that you would get, let's say, from fresh meat or stuff like that. We're screwed, folks. Here, we're screwed. That's why we gotta post about it. We have to post about it, talk about it. It's not a bad thing. He Clavicular. So far, I'm unimpressed with him. I have not seen a lot of stuff about him. I'm unimpressed with him. I think that he doesn't exactly know what he's talking about, but he's young, so I give him that.
So there's literally nothing that could go wrong from taking retatrutide, increases your lifespan. So I think we really need to look into like some of these technological advancements and start implementing them as like your growth movement.
Well, here's my only problem with it. Maybe this is certainly I don't have a background in like pharmacology, science. I don't like science at all. I was never good at it. But
really,
I have.
Very weird for somebody who is supposedly a high IQ, because if you were high IQ, you would naturally be drawn to math and science. This is what happened to me, at least. Maybe
this is just like a temperamental thing. I feel like there's basically no such thing as a free lunch. I'm a big believer, and not like out of a sense of fairness, but I think that anything that feels like a shortcut or a life hack or feels too good to be true usually is. Mm-hmm. And I know that probably the side effects can be mitigated and you can probably ameliorate that and everything, but I just can't shake the gut feeling of like, oh, I'm injecting myself with something that makes me not fat, changes my brain chemistry so I don't have an appetite. It's like, are you kind of, one, could there be some kind of unintended consequences that we don't know about or not factoring in? And then there's something spiritual. Isn't there something to be said about building character, discipline, self-restraint? No,
that's garbage, dude.
That is good.
Doing things in the most.
Nick is absolutely correct here. So I don't, I think that he got the call, but in this take, he is very good. That is very correct. Spiritually, this is important, as well as the other things. So there's always, I have studied medicine for about 2 years, so I know that I studied this. There's always a side effect. There's nothing that is for free. What he said is exactly true. If it feels too good to be true, it is too good to be true.
Easy, simple way possible. Should always, be advocated for. You should always take the shortcut. People are only going to look at you and see that you're skinny or fat. They're not going to realize how you got there, right? Same with the gym. It's like, take the steroids. No one's going to fucking know about it. They're only going to look at the final product.
That's a bad take.
So
Clavicular has no idea what he's talking about. He seemed like a person who got handed it good at life. He just got a good hand or something. He has no experience on he has no idea what he's talking about. I'm sorry. I know if you're a fan of him, I'm sorry. He just doesn't know what he's talking about. Like I have a beef with Clavicular right now. The guy doesn't know what he's talking about at all.
But you seem to be arguing that the effect is the only thing that mattered, and I agree with you in some sense that skinny is skinny, muscular is muscular. If you take steroids, you get the desired effect. But
so you're worried about the long-term consequences?
Long-term consequences.
It's that nothing is free, buddy. Just because you got it for free, just because you got your life for free, don't mean that everybody can. Even you getting it for free has its own consequences, like being this dumb, like being this unexperienced, like thinking that this is actually good. This is something that is going to bite him in the back later on,
Consequences not just for health, but also even just for you as a person, because life is a marathon, not a sprint.
Exactly.
I know it sounds super corny, it's just Unk Sneak and Unk Nick.
It is
Unk
correct.
Nico and Unk Nick.
My real name is Nicholas too.
Yeah, double nicked up.
Real knickers.
We're Nick-maxing.
Yeah.
Nick-max stream.
The real knickers.
But you go
love
and
that.
you live your life. If you don't develop character, can't restrain yourself, can't help yourself.
That is correct.
Reliant on drugs, reliant on pharmaceuticals. I feel
Right.
like you are cheating yourself out of something important, because character and virtue is real, and it's only built through time, struggle, sacrifice.
Right.
I'm a huge believer in that. And the shortcuts, I think they always come back to bite you in the end, one way or another. But that's
Exactly
like
what I said.
That's just like
Exactly.
maybe old school.
But there's also like other stories, right? So like when I got kicked out of college for roiding, taking testosterone, I had the option, to potentially get, reinstated if I proved I wasn't taking the roids. But I said, no, fuck that. I'm going to continue with my looks maxing, with my steroids. So that's like, I feel like more character than anything. I was like, I'm fully willing to, sacrifice my degree, for looks maxing. That's how much I valued it.
Well, and there's something to be said too, because even though I don't encourage everybody to do the drug usage, I do think there is something to be said for like a competitive athlete who does take steroids. Or
I don't know what to say about a clavicular story, but it's also it just sounds a little dumb, but it's kind of true as well. So to be your own person is a very good thing. So always be your own person. If you believe in something, do it. If you don't, you don't. So he's correct in that sense. But still, steroids are probably not a good thing, and it's going to bite him in the back at some point. And he's too young, and he's been dealt a good hand. Has been handed, a very good start, better than many other people. Look at Nico. Look at Sneako, how he's looking at Nick. He's been so suspicious of everything since he got banned and got reinstated. That's so funny.
a looks maxer, or like an actor, because there's something to be said about like doing everything possible to be the best you can be, everything technologically, but also everything that you can give to it. And you sort of give yourself to excellence, to the pursuit of excellence, to the pursuit of, and so that's why I admire what you're doing, even though I don't agree with the drug use myself.
That's what I said to Sneako last night when we were putting socks in the heels.
Yeah.
You saw that?
And the staging thing, or the vantage
points is insane.
That's crazy.
Playing leapfrog in your house.
Crazy.
Were you admiring that?
Yeah, it's genius.
Oh my god.
Exactly. So it's like that kind of thing. Why would you not leverage any, and every tool that you can to maximize your looks? You maximize your height, which is a very important metric, right? There's studies about that with like workplace income, and it's so easy, So that's why I was like, okay. And Sneako's like, I'm already tall, so I'm like, oh, you don't want to pursue greatness? Like this is.
It was a great speech. Very motivating.
I don't know if you saw that speech that I gave him, but it was like motivational. I feel like
It was pep talk.
Yeah.
Motivation max.
But I just can't
I've
do
never
leapfrog
seen
in
it.
my own home.
I didn't see it.
No, you don't have to go that far, but like putting a lifted shoe, it's like that is so easy. You know what I mean? Why would you
Yeah,
not do
I
that?
don't know. I feel like you can pull it off, but I feel like for most guys, the anxiety is if anyone finds out you're
Right.
wearing lifts,
It's worse.
everyone's
Couldn't be
laughing. Everyone's like, ha, that guy's wearing lifts. He's self-conscious about it.
Don't wear lifts, folks. If you're a man, if you're a woman, then you're a woman. Women are known to not have a good self-esteem, but I would advocate that nobody wear lifts, anything like that. It's terrible. It's not good for you spiritually, at least, and it's just not good. Just listen to me. It's not good for you.
His height, so like Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, you're only gonna get caught if you're a retard, though.
Yeah, but then it's like the
Living with
prestige.
a lie.
Yeah, you're
He just doesn't get it. Clavicular, he's so sucked into this, he doesn't get it. It's just not good for you. It's an insecurity. You see, you don't have, look at Nick. He's not tall, but he has a lot of influence. He doesn't have to be insecure about his height. This is such a, it's giving me brain damage. Clavicular is giving me a brain damage. I'm just.
living your whole life.
Right.
It's all part of the magic.
That's almost like the fun of it to me. Is like, okay, like I'm setting up these matches. I think it's like a game almost. That's just the way I think about it. But I could see how other people would get super autistic. But no, I genuinely think it's fun. It's like, okay, I'm gonna sag my pants and do the tiptoe and see if I can not get caught.
Would that sound gay?
Game to me, so.
Does that sound gay?
But you never get taken out of your element.
No, dude, I'm super lighthearted about all of it. I think it's still funny to a degree. I'm not that autistic where I'm like, oh, this is fully normal. When I'm bone smashing and shit, I'm like, okay, this is I get why normies think this is silly, but it still has its science behind it,
What did you think of James Fishback? We just spoke with him, and we had a similar conversation afterwards where Claude was saying that it's pretty pointless to care about a politician because he can't change your life, which is true. He can't change it completely, but there's some aspects. Do you think that he has a possibility to be a good governor of Florida?
Well, I think he would be a good governor if he got elected, but it'll be tough. He's going to have a tough time raising money, tough time with endorsements, and he's got a very right-wing platform. So I wish him the best. I think he's got an uphill battle. But I like him. I think he's a very smart guy, very sharp.
Me too.
Very well spoken.
he's doing good, yeah.
Solid on the issues. I watch him on Tucker. I don't think I disagree with anything he said. He's very good. So I like him. And I'm a big believer in politics because those connections, man, they come in clutch. Mm-hmm. That's why politics is not always gesture because, and I, not to retread, not to go back into it, but
oh yeah.
But here's the thing, it reminds me of something, I talked about this on my show, I think about a year ago. We're talking about Gaza and Iran and the Middle East and everything. And these idiots like Matt Walsh used to say, well, I don't care about Israel, I don't care about Palestine. And it's okay, well, you
cares about you.
About them.
But they care about you.
Right.
Exactly.
They are taking an interest in you. And I feel like the same is true of politics in general.
You may not care about politics, but politics cares about you.
Yes, politics takes a big interest in you, and it is true that the more anything you become, influential, famous, rich, the more that is true. More money, more problems. The more of a big fish you become in the pond, the more people are going to start to try and take a chunk out of you. And that's where politics, it's not a coincidence that all these rich people employ lobbyists and they all give money to political campaigns. It's an insurance policy. So that's why I say, it's not always gesture. It's not gesture to come with an entourage.
Well, it was a little bit ridiculous. Some of the things that he was saying would just be immediately struck down by any court. Mm-hmm. So it's when I'm hearing all these ideas, I'm like, okay, yeah, this is good, but this is never gonna happen. I'm just dude, it's such a black pill, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
For just all these ideas to just get crushed into the ground. Mm-hmm. So that's kind of how I think about it.
Yeah. Well, that's thinking about it like an idealist. I think about it very practically. What's my end game? Increase. Mm-hmm. More, expand, bigger. People always say, "What's the end game?" It's we want to increase. Rome, Rome. Bigger, outward, more.
Mozart.
Rome.
Walt Disney.
Yes.
Oh, I I did have a question for you.
They know each other
What do
so
you think
well.
Piers Morgan is going to talk to me about?
Oh, well,
He wants to do a private segment, so
he's going to put the
Beast
screws in
Piers
you
Morgan.
like he does.
yeah, like
He's
dox
going
my
to press
family?
you. No,
Screw
he'll ask
Piers
you about
Morgan.
it. I
He's
think
a piece
that
of
was
crap.
just a way for him to throw me off balance, and it worked. Totally unpredictable.
You want to get me with too low cortisol? I'd be like, it's already leaked, you know.
There you go. Yeah, but you should.
I don't know what he's going to say. Yeah.
Well, it'll be a redux of the Michael Knowles thing.
Okay.
More aggressive though, like a more aggressive Michael Knowles.
Yep.
Yeah, it's too bad it's not in person. They want to send like a van to do it that way. In person would mog a lot harder, you know? Because I think I could be a little bit relatable to him at the start of the interview. That way he's not as aggressive, but that doesn't really carry over as well on like the video calls, you know. But yeah, he was getting really upset with you. I watched that entire interview. I thought it was hilarious. So
Thanks.
good job.
Thank you. Yeah, he. Well, you know what it is about Piers, and this is sort of how I cracked the code. Is his superpower is to try to control the frame, make you feel silly, make you feel ashamed, make you feel self-conscious.
This is the thing. He's been doing
All you
that.
got to do is realize this is a tabloid journalist. You're not even a real journalist. You're not a judge. You're not a fucking cop. You're not my parents. So fuck you. You know, you're going
Right.
to sit there and say, "How dare you? How dare you?" That's racist. It's like, you judge me?
Yeah.
You peddle slop.
Yeah, who is that at the end of the day?
Yeah, he works for the Sun or something. I mean, literally like a tabloid British journalist. It's like the lowest level journalist there is. So you got to just control that frame.
That's why, yeah. I mean, I've been ignoring all journalists and all media trying to do like profiles on me because I don't want a million hit pieces out there. I'm already getting them on fucking the Telegraph and shit like that. So I'm not going to give a statement, that's going to be taken out of context and get fucked, So, no. Do you think I should do no media?
No, I think you should do media. I don't think there's really a downside. Because they're going to clown you anyway. People, you know how it is. I mean, in the media market, people clown you no matter what, for everything and anything. But at least if you participate in it, you get to say something too. You get to have your quote in the paper and free media, free earned media. They're doing it for free. So
Yeah,
I've always been a huge believer in it.
Post is working on a hit piece on me. Is what I.
The New York Post? Oh, well, that's because you went after Vance.
Well, dude, isn't that a leftist? Or no, that's a right wing page.
Yeah, the Post is center right. It's News Corp, Rupert Murdoch.
They just attacked us.
Yep.
I had a picture of me in the AK looking like a terrorist.
Rupert Murdoch. I've been to his house, man. Come on.
Really?
Yeah.
When?
Over
That's
the summer,
crazy.
dude. Are you serious? Now they're gonna come after me?
Call him up. Say, hey, man.
Yeah, I will.
Thought we were chill.
Actually, might. That's a good idea. Like, what the fuck?
Call him off.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna actually try to work on getting that shut down because that's just it's fucked, man.
It's bullshit. The hit pieces, in
don't
2026, they do not matter.
Nobody reads
None
it.
of that shit matters.
No one cares.
Nothing has happened at all. But the only thing that I was told is they have a lot of influence to get people banned on
Yeah,
social media.
ADL especially.
yeah.
So you think them writing an article would influence like something like Instagram to?
Potentially.
Well, here's what you got to worry about. Let me tell you your biggest problem right now as somebody who's, listen up, Neff. Listen up, son. This is...
All right.
I've been through it.
Literally.
No, but here's what they're going to do. And you know this. I'm telling you something new already. They are going to concern troll. And they're going to say there's this dangerous new trend. Young people are following this guy. It's what it is. And they're going to say, like, we're deeply concerned that young kids are bone smashing and taking GLP-1s. Someone has to do something, and that is going to be the pretext to censor. That's going to be the pretext to,
Right.
at the minimum, they're going to cut your reach, shadow ban, that kind of algorithmic manipulation. They won't promote it as much, or ban. I don't know that will happen for a fact, but I know that will be their angle. They'll concern troll, and they'll say, and they're coming after you. It's nuts. Because it's like, you think you're a 20-year-old guy, you go on Michael Knowles, you're not even really that political. It's
Not
like
at all.
lifestyle content.
Yeah, he baited me into that segment. I mocked him.
Yes, and it was funny.
Yeah.
But they can't allow that because you got too big. You're like obviously one of the hottest new streamers and biggest people blowing up right now, and most importantly, have the attention of the youth.
Right.
And so these people, they want Vance, they need Vance to get 20% of the white Gen Z. If the top number one streamer is saying, "Oh, Vance is a subhuman," Gavin mocks him to death.
Not to sound egotistical, but I think I might have ruined his campaign.
You certainly knocked him down a peg, and but now you kind of shook the hornet's nest. That's what you did, and that's why the New York Post's coming after you, and they're going to say, "How do we get rid of this guy?" Oh, I know. 20-year-old kid telling the youth to bone smash and take drugs. Do we really want our kids to look at this? That's going to be how they do it. So that's why I say it's so difficult to play this game because
fuck. I wish I never got involved with this political shit. Stick to looks, Max.
It's inevitable.
I shouldn't have did that interview. I mean, it was really good for my reach, but if that kind of shit is going to happen, I'm probably fucked. And it's hard not to.
He's right.
Have bad moments that.
This is the first time I'm agreeing with a clavicular in a 100%. Yeah, he's effed. At least that he's aware of that.
Influencing the youth. I stream for 13 hours a day. It's and I'm just fully open about the things I do. It's not like I'm sitting here advocating. Oh, if you're a kid, you should do. I've said explicitly, do not take stimulants ever. You know what I mean? I just. Happen to do drugs. So I'm, a live streamer, but I always advocate against it, So.
Well, you're resilient. I mean, there's ways around it, but I'm saying that is what the attack will look like.
Okay.
Because the way around it, you got Kick on lock. You got the other streaming platforms. I think the censorship the worst of it is over, even if you get knocked off one or another platform. I think, didn't you get kicked off YouTube?
Yep.
There you go. But you'll survive without it. There's ways around it.
You have a new channel.
Yeah, I have a new channel. Subscribe to that, guys.
I'm not gonna.
I mean, the censorship has
already
already started. It's not good, The new AI censorship on YouTube has been fucking people, though.
It's very strong. Yeah, how long do you think we have open internet? You credit a lot of the generational run to the fact that they just uncensored you on clips. Is that long-lasting, or is Peter Thiel going to crack down with social credit?
I think it's all going in reverse now.
So we were at the peak?
I think we might be, and I hate to say that, but it's the explosion of, the Israel critical stuff has everybody talking about hate speech laws, censorship. Larry Ellison bought TikTok. You already see it. They're starting to kind of unring that bell on all these major platforms. So, cortisol rising over there.
Yeah, I know. It's the highest I've seen in
cortisol.
Well, dude,
I have that effect.
No. I mean, I'm just sitting here thinking fuck, these people are gonna try to ban. It's not good because that's your livelihood, right?
Welcome to the club, man.
And no college degree. I'm fully committed to this, and people could just decide, nope, you're done.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes, and that's why I got to diversify.
Get some watches, get some real estate and Bitcoin, man.
Yeah. So
trust.
The gambling's not there forever.
Invest it, because. Look, the secret to having a lot of money, making a lot of money. You're doing that. And that's the part that people miss. You got to make a lot of money, but the way to maintain wealth over time is you have to beat inflation. Mm-hmm. You have to diversify. You have to beat the ups and downs. The only way to do that is not have all your eggs in one basket.
So true.
Yeah. I mean, I just started making money that actually matters, so I have to figure that out, whether it be real estate or maybe I'll
everything
talk
diversify.
To Sneako
Diversify.
I'll have Sneako invest my money.
Interest free.
We could do a
of course, no usury.
Maybe we could finance a mosque in downtown.
Inshallah, we can.
Something like that. I'm surprised though that you're supportive because I feel like I disagree with you on a lot of stuff, and you're still saying oh, Clav is weighing half. Clav is good, hot, the new streamer.
Right.
You want the meat riding in person. You want the glaze in person.
Dude, I'm just genuinely.
Here's your no contact delivery.
Not even.
No. Well, here's why. Let me tell you why.
Yeah.
You're fishing for it. Okay. Here's why. It's because I don't think we really disagree on that much. By the way.
Okay.
Well, okay. I don't know if that hurts you for me to say that, but whatever.
No, dude. I literally don't give a fuck. Like I've said it all. I've done it all. There's nothing. It doesn't matter if I'm
Let's
associated
go.
with you.
That's true. The N-word hat, that was crazy.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
In the middle of the night.
I thought it was like tilted sideways. It's like walking around, nigga hat. People are like, hey, what's that hat?
Dude, it's
Oh,
just
my friend gave it to me.
it's just a funny hat. Like it's lighthearted. Like, yeah, I don't give a fuck, bro, about like any of these racial issues. So I could wear it. And
That's
it's-
awesome.
Yeah.
But the reason why I support it, and I said it on the show, is I got into it on my show this week. It's like when I said Wang half, that's like a very old clip. Mm-hmm. But the reason why I like that and why it made me laugh, I thought it was funny, is because it's like everyone in our generation says, well, I'm like a white boy. Can a white boy catch a vibe? Am I the white boy of the year? And it's sort of like craving approval from these other groups. And it comes with it like, that's like a diminutive thing to say.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, Tyrone, am I the white boy of the year? And the Tyrone is the cool guy. Oh, yeah, you are white boy. Oh, cool, goody. And it's sort of saying like, I'm a silly bitch. But if you are a Wang half and say, look, fucker, I'm a white-ass nigga going hard as fuck. Like, I hit people with the car. I tell my girlfriend, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Stop talking to me like that.
Right.
Don't call me a bitch. Get the fuck away from me. My cortisol. That's like, that is what we need. We need more young white men to say.
He's sort of right, but this should not be the end-all, be-all, the end-all, be-all, You should be strong enough to voice your own opinions, to be, confident and all of that. He's correct about that, But we see so if you push the pendulum on one end, then it's going to go to the other end. You want to, reclaim what you lost and then stabilize it so it does not keep going back and forth. So, he's correct, but this is not something to be taken to the extreme.
It's cool to be white.
Yeah.
White people are cool. We don't need approval. And
Being assertive. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
It's a breath of fresh air. People ask all the time, why am I friends with Claude? Why am I friends with Nick? And it's like, I'm so tired of white people existing for the approval of minorities and accepting that black culture is dominant. I want to see people just exist within themselves without looking for external validation.
That's why I'm so glad that I'm neurodivergent and I never tried to fit in like in high school with these social groups and like look for the approval of other people. I've always just been, completely solo. So my worldview is like just completely different. It's one of my greatest advantages, I think. I don't give a fuck about anyone's approval.
Man, he reminds me by myself when I was at his age, but I used to be, I think, even more annoying. He's so self-centered. He speaks about himself a lot. I'm just not impressed by him.
Just gonna be, unapologetically.
I'm not gonna hide it.
And kind of works,
that's totally real. I mean, like being non-neurotypical or whatever, being autistic, it's such a superpower because that's how everybody else becomes so mediocre.
Yep.
As they're so worried about
That's
what's
true.
everybody else doing. Oh, well,
That's what they tried to force on me. I was so not typical, and then I was beaten on the head endlessly to be typical. But then, this is the problem. I didn't even become typical. I became a broken non-typical, or whatever you wanna call it. I'm the opposite. So, I think at least part of the reason why I don't like Clavicular so much, because I'm at the opposite end of life. So he was handed things easy. I was handed things on a brutal mode. I was like, I don't like going into my own background. I don't like talking about it. But, I've been handed the opposite of what he was been handed. And it is what it is, But yeah, I just wanted to say it, I forgot what was said.
become so mediocre.
Yep.
Yeah, so it's like this what society does to you. It beats mediocrity down to you. And some people get it more than other people. I got it so bad. But yeah, I don't know. I guess I'm so unique or whatever, or not typical that it didn't make me typical, but it just made me weird or more weird. I don't know. It's weird.
As they're so worried about what's everybody else doing. Oh, well, are people going to be okay with this? And if And I know because I was a little bit the same way in high school. I was a political nerd and I was doing my own thing, and it just never factored to me like, oh, what are people going to think of this? Is this cool? Are other people doing this? You're just in your own lane, playing your own game. Like that is a superpower. So
Correct.
Right.
I'm with that.
All right, well, fellas, I think we should probably start heading over to Tate's.
Facts.
It's about time. But dude, that was a good sit-down segment. I thought we talked about some interesting topics.
W, yeah.
Yeah, W's in the chat for that. How many people we got in here? Let's see. Let's see how many viewers we got. Probably doing good.
Yeah, we should probably go.
We have 21,000 people watching.
Let's go.
Let's go. This new record.
Based?
Record, man. Yep. Hell yeah, man. Thank you for that. I don't even know if you tweeted it yet. I don't think so.
Oh, is it over now?
No.
No, we're gonna keep it
Still
going.
on? Okay.
Yeah. We're just gonna switch the.
Yeah, no, I forgot. I should have tweeted it. I forgot.
Well, we're
Because I was running through the city to get here.
Glad you made it.
Yeah.
On Nicker time.
Well, you know how it is here. It's like the traffic's all
It is
got everything
crazy.
locked down. So I called my car. Took me forever to go. I said, "Fuck it, I'm running."
You were running in the suit?
Yes, like fucking John Wick 3, running through the street, and people are recognizing me. Hey, Nick, can I get a picture? There's no time. I'm trying to stream.
Glad you made it.
So, people trying. It was like John Wick 3 because there's people trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Excommunicado, like horses are chasing me. People are throwing ninja stars at me. I'm running through the street.
No haters,
during
right?
a thin time. What?
No haters?
No haters. Yeah,
Let's go.
all love.
There's so much more I wanted to ask you, but we probably don't have time. But about Iran and Venezuela, the point of contention.
Brother.
1.8 billion for Venezuela. That's like not a huge return.
Dude. Oh, yeah, we should have. I forgot. We have a huge disagreement about this.
Yeah. And you looked at me during the Somali thing. I think some of that was, some of that documentary was a little weird. And also,
Yeah,
Tyler Oliveira did a counter documentary in a way about the Hasidic community and how much government assistance they take.
About them boys.
Yeah, and look,
Yeah.
J.D. Vance and Elon Musk, are they all going to highlight
Nick
it?
is
Probably not.
cooking.
Is Chris Pavlovsky
Cooking.
going to give Tyler Oliveira a deal for the same
Yeah.
documentary? Probably not.
Because they're Jewish.
I mean,
No, but you're right.
what's the difference?
No, but you're 100% right. And the Nick Shirley thing, he's a good guy. Like I've
I like
talked
him
to
too.
him. He's legit. However, it is clear that is being being amplified by? Bill Ackman, Sean McGuire. Enough said. All right, we're ready to split?
Yep.
All right.
We're all looking tricked
another
out.
time. Yeah.
Dude, hell yeah.
Suit maxing.
Yeah, you got to do it, man. You just feel so much more superior.
You got the Sneako fit on.
This one, the all black.
Yeah, black on
So what
black.
about on Piers Morgan?
Nah, I'll probably go with the blue. But I got 4 more from Hugo Boss.
No, I'm saying that's what I wore on Piers Morgan.
I want a sponsorship from them. They're liberal.
Does the beard mog? Should I get rid of it?
Yeah, get rid of it.
You had a beard when you did your first
Devastating.
collab with me.
Oh yeah, dude, I probably looked like I was fucking 25 when we collabed.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah.
Had to ascend, bro.
Yeah, well, it was amazing because we did that stream and all my people were like, why the fuck is Nick collabing with this guy talking about GLP-1s? And that was, I think, 1 month before the ascension, and then boom, you
Yeah.
were in.
Yeah. You got in early, bro. I appreciate you collabing with us.
That's true. Bought in early alert.
Want to hit the road?
Yep, let's
Yeah.
do it.
Okay.
Switch over.
This was a nice one. A clavicular sort of gave me a brain damage somewhat. It was pretty interesting. I loved watching this. I already gave most of my opinions. I think a clavicular doesn't know what he's talking about for the most part. Nick Fuentes, last I heard he got the call, but from this, he didn't say anything bad that I can remember from this interview. Sneako's been cooking. Yeah, and Nick, he didn't answer all the things and also, so they're gonna speak about Tate. I don't know if I want to watch that. I might, but I don't really like Tate so much. He's been so fake. He's supposed to, to adhere to his word, and from what I've seen, he was not adhering to his word. So I don't know, Tate, it just leaves a bad taste in my mouth, if you catch my drift. No homo. He I don't know. He disgusts me. He's like a roach or something. I used to like him. I learned a lot of stuff about him, Andrew Tate, when the time was about 5 years ago. But as time went on, yeah, he just he's not keeping his word. He's acting like a bitch. I don't want to be this guy, but hey, if you like this reaction, give it a like. Just let me know. I like talking to people. I'm low on dopamine, so help me by interacting. Hopefully, I get more dopamine receptors if you guys interact with me. Um, Stay strong and don't budge.